I became a pole dance artist mostly by accident, if you like. One of my friends had done a course and she showed me some moves and I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. You can fly upside down and do really quick spins. So I bought my own pole and put it in my student home and I started to train, learning from videos from YouTube. And after that, quickly I discovered that there's competitions that you can do. And after some international competitions, I started working for contemporary dance companies, small circus companies in France. And then now this is my first real circus artist contract here in Finland.
I started when I was young. I was mostly doing a lot of sports and artistic things. Like dance or theater and mostly rugby as well. And I saw a lot of different circus shows when I was younger, and he hooked me on the thing that this could maybe become something really, really interesting and something I would like to push further when I will grow up, and that's what I did. I'm part of the collective works and I have solo parts with the Chinese pole discipline, which we call it. I'm also part of the singing part of the show, let's say.
I do the pole dance acts and it's a bit different than a Chinese pole, as you can see, because of the way it's constructed. It's made out of metal. So it gives a different quality to the movement, and also my pole is 4.5 meters height, so this gives different images in the air and how to portray the movement aerial-wise.
This is very funny because actually we are doing kind of the same form, shape of apparatus, but
true.
In a way it's very different.
Yeah, true.
And you can do somehow the same movement but in a different quality.
True. I think one of the main differences is the coating on the pole. Like you have the rubber around the pole and I have the metal part.
Yeah.
And in this show I think your pole is shorter.
Yeah, in this show I'm using what we call a tiny pole, which is like a reduced size Chinese pole with the rubber that give you the grip. That's why we are using the gloves and the shoes to stay on it, because if not it could be too hard for the skin. But on the other side, that's why for the dance pole, you are using your skin to stay.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I need shorts and a shorter top to use all the surface of my skin, because it gives me more friction, so more grip to hold on to the apparatus. And also one of the differences is that my pole can go on spinning mode.
And it looks really mesmerizing in a way, because it looks really smooth and without ending the movement. And it's really more like that's also why we call it more a pole dance than a Chinese pole.
It's dancing.
It's most of the dancing, where on the other side, I guess with Chinese pole it's really more based on the acrobatic movement, the impressive stuff your body can do in an impressive way, let's say.
Before I perform, the pole needs to be a certain temperature, because if the pole is very cold, and I know in Finland sometimes it can get a little bit cold, my skin doesn't stick and I slide. So usually before the performance, like just before the number, I grab the pole with the skin of my forearms and my hands and I warm it up, so then when I perform, I stick very good on the pole and I don't slide. Also, I clean the pole with alcohol. In Russia, we used to do it with vodka because that's what comes around a lot. But here in Finland, I found medical alcohol to clean very nicely. And then I put chalk on the pole. So I put it on my hands and on the pole, so I have extra grip.
For the Chinese pole, I would say my worst enemies is the dust. Because like on the surface of the pole, we can't have a good grip if it's too slidey. Alcohol is good just because it's take away all the little things you don't want to have on the pole before. It can be dust, it can be sometimes it can be like some tissue, sometimes it can be some skin as well, or just some hairs, and this is affecting the grip. For me, one of the most inspiring thing in this creation is the people around. We have the chance to have a big artist crew, and with different backgrounds and different energies, we are all fitting very well together. And this is, I would say, a specificity of the circus in itself, to have this feeling of you can relate to everyone, you can trust everyone, because we are doing solo parts in the acts and performances, but we are also having a lot of collective groups and collective ensemble when you need to carry, to trust, to help other people.
What inspires me the most about my performance here in Winter Circus Joy is the surrounding, because it's a surrounding and a setting I've never danced in before. It's the biggest theater I've been in before, so I'm very inspired by the screen behind me, the snow that is falling down from me, and the music, because it's a very privilege to be able to perform with a live band. Like this usually never happens in previous performances that I've done. So it's a special energy that you get from live music. It's very beautiful for me.
Well, you should come to see this show, because it's a lot of joy on stage. Not only, it's a lot of contrasts, like life, it's music movement, it's amazing people on stage. So if you want to have some big sight, to live big emotions, I think it's pretty much the good place to go.
I agree, and I also think a reason why you should come to see this show is that there's a really nice, interesting mix of different circus disciplines, but also theater, live music, and there's different ways of doing circus, but this one is particularly touching a lot of boxes. So if you want to see something creative, interesting, and engaging, I think you should come to see.